3, 2, 1. Hi, and welcome back to the Montgomery County Sentinel. This week we thought we'd take a look at the Occupy movement. Occupy DC, Occupy Wall Street. In the Occupy DC movement, there's been a lot of news this week, as there has been in New York. So we thought we'd stop down and take a look at some of the people down there, many of whom are from Montgomery County. First, we wanted to find out if they could last the winter. Secondly, we wanted to find out what the movement is all about. And thirdly, we wanted to find out if they really could affect some change. This is what we found out.
Well, I mean, I can tell you that we are a completely unique social movement.
We shall not be moved. The gas will not stop us. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. And it goes on like that all day.
Trying to work towards maybe getting a hot water system to give every tent a hot water radiator. At least they won't freeze. In the meantime, it's blankets, blankets, blankets. I have only been cold one night, but then again, I was sleeping alone.
I like to see that people have an opinion and stand for this opinion, but I'm not sure about this whole thing, if it's like, if there's the power behind it, because people are having opinions on this Wall Street thing about and about a lot of other topics. There are a lot of influences here, and they don't have a real opinion for what they stand for, I think.
Well, we're all here because we need to change what's not getting us what we need and want. That's what's brought us here. We're the 99%. We're going against that 1%. That's the main thrust of why we've occupied. After that, all those decisions will be made. They're being made every day in our General Assembly. That's the system. We're using the democratic process. We're doing everything our forefathers did when they wrote the Constitution. But we're starting here fresh.
And again, you know, this is a forum for discussion. It's a forum in which we can find solutions, in which hopefully people from the business world and the activist world and teachers and union workers and blue and white collar individuals, everyone really, can come together and try to create a solution that could actually work. You know, you have a lot of political theorists and economists and politicians trying to create these solutions, and they haven't
Well, here's
worked.
my question about that, getting together for solutions. Like 10 miles up the road in Rockville, Maryland, elections next Tuesday. In a county of 1 million people, there are county meetings, city council. They call meetings for this very reason, to get people together to find solutions, and nobody shows up.
Well, I mean, the problem is also that we have a very well-established entrenched bureaucracy.
I have an interesting thought. What if all 99% of us go out and vote and don't vote for anybody? What are they going to do? They're going to have empty ballots. Do they just throw it to the next person, or what? I mean, it'd be an interesting way to protest things, I think.
So you think we should have city council meetings out here in the park?
No, I don't think that would be effective. I think we should have, politics should be discussed in a language that's accessible to people, you know?
You in for the long haul?
Yes, sir.
How long is the long haul?
We'll see.
And when would you consider this mission accomplished?
Personally, at this stage, I think that a greater social movement is just beginning to build in this country and in the Western world in general. I mean, you look to Europe, even they're way ahead of us. But I think that this part of the movement, this specific battle, for me, publicly funded elections and much greater regulation of lobbying interests, a lot more transparency when it comes to the activities of Congress and Senate people. I'd like a much lower re-election rate and incumbency rate in both the House and the Senate, and in general the political system.
Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around, gonna let foreclosure turn me around, gonna keep on marching, the whole world is marching till the 99.
So, bottom line, what did we learn? Well, I do empathize with the people downtown. And yes, there is greed in Wall Street, and yes, there is a lot of ineptitude in government. But I have to wonder about an Occupy McPherson Park movement in Washington, D.C. Wouldn't it be better to, I don't know, occupy the halls of Congress or City Hall or the State House. If you really want to effect change to the system, there are ways to do it, plenty of them. And I would recommend that the people who are involved in the Occupy DC movement take it a step further. Don't occupy a park. Get out and vote. Or find candidates that you can support. Or, God forbid, run for office yourself. If you want to effect change, there are levers to do it, and sitting in a park really won't get it done. Although I do love the songs, I do love the sentiment, and I do love what they're involved in. It's just that it's not going to work unless you put yourself to work. And sitting in a park doesn't get it done.